They called me Ishta, the war god of Osha, until my most trusted adjutant, Khalid, slid a blade between my ribs during a hug. I died a commander, only to wake up 3 years later in the frail, porcelain body of Lucibella Aiden, a spoiled noblewoman who allegedly tried to kill herself over a broken heart. The war is over. My kingdom is ashes. Khalid is a hero, and I've just been ordered to marry Lord Jedkiel, the very man who crushed my people. They think I'm a broken doll, but the soul of a general has just returned to the front lines. Khalid, you should have made sure I was dead. Hello, this is Ishta. The sun is warm and gentle. Is she asleep? What has happened? Where is this? Just a moment ago, Khalid wanted to talk to him about the battle strategy. They went to the conference room. After they finished talking, Khalid said he wanted to give him a hug. And then he opened his arms. The moment he was about to embrace him, Khalid stabbed him. Feeling a sharp pain, he clutched his stomach. There was no wound. Could it be that kid, Khalid, was pretending to kill him? How could he possibly kill him? That guy. He must have done this to save him. He deliberately pretended to kill him and then brought him here. Heavens! Which noble's mansion is this? This decor is too extravagant. He has to get out of here first and figure out the situation, acting on his own without telling him a thing. That kid, Khalid. However, as he got up, he felt very dizzy. His body was out of his control. He turned his head to look. What happened to his appearance? What's going on? This isn't his face. What on earth is this situation? As she was looking in the mirror, the door opened. Seeing she was awake, the maid apologized in surprise. She didn't know the young lady had woken up. Her expression was terrible. What young lady? She rushed over, asking where this place was, what had been done to her, and where Khalid was. The maid didn't know who that person was. She only knew that the young lady had an accident, had been in a coma for 3 days, and had only just woken up. Now she needed information. She asked where this was. The maid said this was, of course, the master's mansion in Insgar. The master is the young lady's father, His Excellency Count Aiden. This is an Osha. The female protagonist asked about the state of the war. The maid didn't understand what she was talking about. It turned out the war had ended 3 years ago. The kingdom of Osha had already fallen. She simply couldn't believe it. That damned old man. I've already suffered enough on the battlefield and come back. And he still assigns me tasks. You've arrived, Lord Jedkiel. The thing is in the office. His hand rested on the paper, looking at the words on it. Looking at it again, he felt speechless. A will stamped with the seals of 3 high priests. If he were to refuse this, forget his position, he might not even be able to keep his status as a citizen of the empire. But why, of all things, did this will demand that he marry the daughter of the Aiden family? Lucibella Aiden. Thick, lustrous black hair like the night sky. A fair face. And eyes that sparkled like stars. Called the Ishta of Insgar. Possessing unparalleled beauty. It was all just legend. Raised spoiled and pampered. Notoriously bad-tempered. Also involved in unclear rumors with His Highness the Crown Prince. And he heard that after being abandoned by the Crown Prince, she even jumped into the palace lake to attempt suicide. She treats life like a joke. Marrying someone like that. Esther Schubert, commander of the 3rd Unit, the Sichuan Knights. Despite being a woman, she rose to the position of commander with just her sword. The people of Osha all called her Ishta. She advocated for resisting to the end, but was killed by her adjutant. The adjutant presented her head and surrendered to Insgar. After reading it, she was furious. What kind of absurd statement is this? As a knight protecting her country, was that irrational? If only she still had her sword, she would immediately chop off the necks of these people spouting nonsense. However, at that moment, she let out a huge cough. Her body was very weak, truly a stunning appearance. A weak body. This body belonged to the only daughter of Lups Aiden, who held the title of Count among the Insgar nobility. Her mother passed away when she was 9, and she had lived with her father ever since. In her sleep, she wanted to go to Osha. Her father was very worried, asking where on earth she wanted to go. The female protagonist woke up and asked who he was. The Count froze, asking if she didn't remember her father. The Count looked at her with a warm gaze, which made her very uncomfortable. Is this what a so-called father is like? He knelt by her bed, heartbroken. The owner of this body, Lucibella, must be his reason for living, just like the sword and the knight order were to her. The sense of betrayal and anger belonged only to her. She couldn't impose her own anger on this body and let it die. The Osha kingdom, 3 years later, and the condition of those guys who were left. She had to find out and call it. She had to live on. As Lucibella,